Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a Troll Challenge game, and it's a free-for-all match on the map Arena Valley Extreme. In my last Troll Challenge video, I played as a Soviet on the map All at Glitters, and was able to eventually win with like lots of Tesla and flame towers to help. This time I'm going to be playing as the Allies, and the rules are very similar. It's going to be a no tank challenge, and I'm going to have up to 5 attempts to be able to try and complete it. And just to clarify what is going to be included in the no tanks challenge, of course light and medium tanks are going to be banned. I'm also going to include rangers, and I'm also going to include artillery. So there's going to be no rangers or artillery used by me in this game. I have decided to keep APCs available, and that's because they're quite good for things like Tanyas and engineers if I did decide to use them. Although in this game, as you can see, I've decided to opt out of engineers at this point. And first of all, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sending my infantry to all the gaps just to block any scouts getting in, because that's really important if I'm playing this type of challenge. As you can see, I did show my name at the start, which is My Little Pony, so you can see the end statistics once the match is over. And I've been doing an absolute shed load of troll games over the last week, so people might have seen my name around and about. I don't know if anyone knew it was me. Of course, I did act quite a bit differently in chat, almost like a troll. So, yeah, you might have seen me, you might have not. But there's been people I've been playing against, a lot of people I know. Of course, they haven't known it was me at the time. Anyway, you will be seeing this name a lot in videos, because I've played a lot of games, done a lot of different challenges, and had a lot of fun doing it, and hopefully they're going to be fun to watch as well. I have done them on quite a few different maps, and I've changed the challenges a little bit. I've also done a couple of team games, so there will be some variation there, although troll games are already very varied from what I usually do, because as you all know, usually Red Alert is more or less a tanks battle. You can have infantry rushes in, but infantry are only usually useful early on in the game, unless of course you have aftermath units on, where you can use shock troopers, which do a whole lot of damage. And what you can see now is I'm getting my MCVs out. MCVs are absolutely crucial if you want to do a troll challenge game, because you do need that fast building speed, so you can build buildings really quickly. Because what my main defence is going to be, it's going to be like turrets and pillboxes. Now, Allies, you could argue, is going to be harder to do this challenge, because you have pillboxes and turrets instead of Tesla and flamethrowers, which are a lot less effective in many people's views. But Allies do have some good units, which we're going to be able to utilise, especially on this map. One of those is going to be, we're going to be able to use the water, because there's 2 small lake areas on this map. And Allies have a really good range of naval units. They have destroyers, which are good against other ships, but Allies also have cruisers, and cruisers can fire long range. They do loads of damage to tanks and also buildings, so we're definitely going to be looking to utilise them on this map. Allies also have satellite if you get a tech centre, and they also have chronosphere, which obviously chronosphere allows you to transport things instantly, and usually that's going to be MCVs, because you can't actually transport Tanyas or anything like that. They can only be used on light vehicles. So yeah, we're not going to be able. But then when you transport MCVs, you could sometimes build a barracks and build Tanyas and things like that. So there's quite a few things you can do with the Allies. And also, if you get a satellite, it makes it easier to know where helicopters can and can't attack. Whereas with the Soviets, you could only like get like little bits of the map uncovered at each time when you do spy planes. One of the big weaknesses against these types of tactics is the fact that if you get attacked early, you don't really have anything to defend with. And you can see now I'm just blocking up my base, and I'm using a mixture of turrets and pillboxes. Pillboxes are very strong against infantry, turrets are more strong against tanks, and I think turrets are going to be the main thing I'm going to really need in the defences. And what I'm doing now is I'm just making a big line, and what that's going to do is it means no tanks are going to be able to slip through, and I'm also going to need to be careful on power as well, because you can see I've lost my radar, and that's because I've run out of power, because turrets and pillboxes do take up a bit of power. So I'll get a few power plants out there, these large power plants. I've got plenty of space. I remember that on All That Glitters it was really hard because I just didn't have the space in order to build anything. And what you can see I'm doing at the moment is I'm getting near to that lake, because there's a lake very close to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that lake and I'm going to start building cruisers, and those cruisers are going to start doing lots of damage to any units around. So we're going to see how that works, because I can't really see the rest of the map yet, but I can see that yellow will be expanding, and I would expect them to expand quite close to that section. So we're going to see how this works. We've got 3 naval yards out at the moment. We're trying to place this 4th one, but it doesn't look like it's going to fit, unfortunately. So we're going to have to leave it at that. But we've got cruisers on the build, and we've got full map visibility. And what we can see is yellow is actually located right next to the lake. The main base is next to the lake, so those cruisers are going to do absolutely loads of damage here. Oh, this is a nightmare for yellow at the moment. But what we can see is that we can see that yellow do have a lot of tanks, and that's going to be a problem for us. Although we have got a lot of defences at the north of the map, and you can see the tanks are coming now. And I'm just trying to get these gaps just, you know, absolutely tight. Oh, this could be bad because they're going to be going for the other gaps. We'll see if we can seal this gap as well. Yeah, if I'd known this, I would have probably sealed the other gap up, and then we would have had to go through Cyan's base. And that would have been so hilarious if they'd had to go around and then go through Cyan's base before they got to me. But yeah, unfortunately that's not the case. And you can see I've built accidentally a load of gap generators. So yeah, that was a complete fluke. I didn't mean to do that. And I've got some Tanyas here. So what I'm going to do with these Tanyas is I'm going to go on the attack. You can see that yellow doesn't have much in his base, and he seems to be going for my tech centre. Ooh, that's not good for me at all, because I'm going to lose all map visibility, as you can see at the moment. But now we're on his base. We're doing a lot of damage. We're sending Tanyas all the way through, and let's just see how much of this base we can destroy. It's looking good so far, and these Tanyas just load up all his buildings. Ooh, this is really bad for yellow. This is really, really bad. He's lost almost all of his buildings. He has got an MCV though, so he will be able to recover from this. It doesn't look like I think he moved his MCV at the start as well, because it didn't look like he was in the top right. And you can see there's actually a Tanya there in the top right also. So I don't know if he sort of, if that's from another player, I think, possibly. And we can see those yellow tanks in my base. Lots and lots of light tanks, and tons coming in from the bottom as well. That is a lot of light tanks. And yeah, it's just are we going to be able to survive this? This is the question. We can see those cruisers though doing a lot of damage to those light tanks. As I've always said in games, light tanks do fall apart quite easily, although it's quite hard to destroy them when you're not using really other tanks. All I can use is defences. I could use more infantry, I guess, but I don't really have the funds at the moment to build much infantry. And I think my stationary things like pillboxes and turrets are going to be a lot more effective, because they can just squash infantry when you've got a high number of tanks. So let's have a look. That is a lot of tanks. And now what they're going to go for now. Right, they're going to go for the power plants. And that's a good option to try and destroy them. I'm just trying to sell them now, just so I can keep some of my money. And now they're going to come over to the north part. But that's where the cruisers are. And we'll have to see how well they hold up. And I've also got turrets in this section. And you can see those cruisers firing on them. And they're doing a lot of damage, those cruisers. You can see most of those tanks are on low HP now. And as soon as they get to the base structures, they're getting picked off. Yeah, and there's no way they're going to be able to break through that. Yeah, they're all going down. So that's a lot of tanks that yellow has lost there. So from being in a very good position earlier on, yellow is now in a very bad position. They've lost most of the base structures. Although I have lost most of my base also. And I'm going to have to sell some of these turrets, because I'm going to try and get this ore refinery down. I really need it, else I can't build anything.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
I've got a couple of art trucks left, so that's good. Because I can, and they're full as well, so they're going to be able to get me some instant money once I place this ore refinery down. You can see I'm also low on power at the moment, but yeah, I wouldn't probably have enough money to buy power plants. And then I'm just having a look at where's the best place there. I'm going to place it there. It might be a bit exposed there, but I don't think yellow's going to be coming back to my base anytime soon. He doesn't really have the forces. You can see he's struggling. And yeah, I was getting some troops there just to try and do a bit of damage to that construction yard. But of course he's seen me. And now I'm able to get my power back on track. And I'm going to be getting some ore in. And it's going to give us some options. And I'm just thinking, let's produce some more Tanyas, you know. He's got not many buildings left. He doesn't seem to be building many base defences. He's got a few tanks round. I think Tanyas could do a good job. So let's build ourselves another tech centre.
Training on hold. Cancel.
And it's almost done now. We've got it on faster game speed so things don't take too long. And now we can start building our Tanyas back up. I also need to get my power plants down because I'm on red power at the moment, and that's going to reduce my building speed. Also, satellite won't be researched while I don't have the power, and that's something that is really, really useful. I also destroyed Red's tech centre, so if Red had satellite, he won't have it anymore, and he won't be able to have much visibility. And that's why I'm going round the other side. Because I don't want him to see me coming, and we're going to go for that ore refinery first. So let's see if we can get it. I don't think he's realised I'm there yet, and he's certainly not responded at the moment. And we managed to destroy it, but unfortunately we got crushed by one of those ore trucks.
Yes, sir. Very well.
I don't think he saw me there though, but he'll obviously know that it's destroyed now. And that's weird.
Repairing.
Waiting orders. Affirmative.
That ore refinery's on red health. So I'm wondering how that happened, because I certainly haven't. Yeah, I certainly didn't see any attacks from yellow. I only had a few troops there. Anyway, we're going for the attack on yellow again with Tanya. We get the construction yard. We're going to go for the war factory now, and that goes down too. Oh, and we can see red building an extra base in the top right, so that could be a threat. We'll have to see how yellow gets on though, because yellow's sort of going to be like, I guess if red's built a base in the top right, then yellow must be in sort of like the centre of the red's main base and like his outside base. So we'll have to see if he gets in a bit of a fight with red. And still that that ore refinery still really low on HP.
Unit ready.
And yeah, I'm just wondering if the other teams might have been building air forces. We might have some MiGs incoming. I know red are playing as the Soviets. And you can see yellow now going on the attack. I think they'll be looking for revenge from what happened earlier. And they've destroyed the power plant. They've gone for the tech centre again. Fortunately, I hadn't researched satellites, so I didn't lose everything. But you can see those tanks getting ripped apart. He is using medium tanks now, which is probably better than what he was using before, because light tanks have a lot lower HP. Now we're going to take these Tanyas up. We're going to retaliate. We can see that yellow has a base in that top middle section of the map. So we bring our Tanyas, we're going to go around the back. And we can see a power plant being destroyed. So that's red. So red's having a fight with yellow as well. So I'm not going to get in a fight with red yet. I'm going to take those Tanyas round the back and try and punish yellow, because obviously yellow wants to kill me, because obviously what I've done earlier to his base with all those Tanyas. And now we're going to go for the attack again with Tanyas. But what you can see is yellow is now starting to use pillboxes, which is a big blow to us. We'll do as much damage as we can. And we've got a war factory, and we've destroyed his construction yard. Now the question is, does he have another MCV? And does he have another war factory? And what I think is he doesn't, because he's just said good game. I think we've destroyed his last war factory and construction yard, which means he's going to be no longer able to build any buildings, and he's no longer going to be able to build any tanks. And he's saying 2v1. That is true, sort of, because red was attacking him, but we sort of forced him into that position as well, because originally where he built his base, it was near the lake. And when I put the cruisers in the lake, it forced him to move location, and he ended up being near to Red's base.
Construction complete.
And when that happens,
Building.
you're more likely to get attacked by the other players. Now, what he could have chose to do, because he also went sort of close to the middle of the map, and the closer you go to the middle of a map in a free-for-all game, the more likely you are to get attacked by multiple players. So what he did is he took that risk. He said he wanted to have more access to the ore, to the gems in the middle of the map. So he took the risk, but that risk is always going to mean you might be attacked by more players near the start of the game, especially in like a, what's it called, a 4-way free-for-all, where people are starting in the corners. And what we're going to be building now is our service depot, because we're going to be wanting to get those multiple MCVs out again. And we can see Red starting to expand his base in the top right, so we can't let that go on for too much longer. And we're getting that second war factory out so we can build those MCVs a little bit faster. I just want to get them out as quickly as possible, expand my economy, and then we can see who we're going to attack next. And now Yellow has officially left the game. I don't blame him. He has some ore trucks, and ore trucks aren't going to do anything. There was absolutely no way he was going to win this game. And you can see me putting that second war factory down now. And I'm going to just make sure we have enough power. And then I'm going to be placing some more ore refineries.
Construction complete. Building.
And yeah, you can see them on the build and getting that MCV, that next MCV out. And we're going to be having that faster building speed.
Selected.
And this is quite a good place in the map to be, in the bottom right, because it does have a big access to ore. So it's not like in some parts of the map, I guess, you could have a lot less ore. Like places like the top right, for example, that would have had a less ore, and it would have been hard for me. And you can see me now clearing up these red buildings, and they're gone from the game. So that outpost for him has been sort of demolished. And we'll have to see if he does decide to retaliate. But what we do have is we do have plenty of defences at the top of our base, which is where he'd come from. And now what we're doing is we're getting that radar dome and that tech centre built again. And hopefully this time, all being well, that tech centre will survive and we'll be able to get satellite again and see the whole map.
Building. Unable to comply. Building in
Yeah, we're just having a look. Those are our units, so that's fine. And I'm just going to reseal this gap, just in case Red do go on the attack. And just get some more of those large power plants down. And you can see our building speed is very, very fast at the moment. We've now got re-established a lot of those MCVs. And what I'm doing is I'm building some defences at the bottom of my base as well. Because now we've defeated the player at the top, we could be attacked from the bottom, you know, because there is a team playing on the bottom left. And then we decide, let's go and attack bottom right. And my bottom of my base is wide open. Also, some of these players might have satellites, so they may be able to see my weak spots. So what I need to make sure is there's not as many weak spots in my base. And I'm just going to place some turrets throughout the base at the moment. We've also got those cruisers. The problem is that when those cruisers fire on tanks, they also do damage to my buildings. So that's a bit of an annoyance. We are going to get satellite soon though. And once we get satellite, we'll be able to see the whole map. You can see there, one of the teams getting a bit more visibility on our base. I think he's just got MiGs possibly. But we can't see any MiGs coming, so we seem to be okay at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing some gap generators around my base, so the other team can't see what I've exactly got. Because one of the teams is playing as allies, so they will have access to satellite. And the other team is playing as Soviets. And they've been doing a bit of, obviously been sending some planes over to see what's going on. So now they'll have a bit less map visibility.
Construction complete.
And you can just see the damage done there. I think it was from my cruisers firing on the tanks as they move through. And we can see there, looks like there's going to be a Tanya. We're going to produce a pillbox. Well, that wasn't very useful. I mean, like, from the other team. I mean, I thought he was going to send his Tanya straight for those ore refineries, but he sort of seemed to get there and stop. And I just placed my pillbox down. It killed him. Anyway, he's not going to cause much trouble now because I've got pillboxes all over that outside base. It was a good plan though. Doing a bit of trolling himself, I see. Always good to see. And we're going to have a look at Red now. I'm just having a quick look at both the bases. And what I can see is Cyan and Red, they're both very localised. They haven't expanded the bases out. Cyan's next to a nice lake, so you don't have to really guess what I'm going to do there. And what I'm going to be building is I'm going to be building a load of helicopters. So you can see me getting some of those helipads down, and I'm just going to be building helicopters like mad. They should be quite quick to build now that I've got about 4 helipads down. And I'm also going to be building a chronosphere, so we can have a bit of fun with transporting an MCV. And you can to that lake, so I can build some naval yards.
Yes, sir.
And what I'm doing now is I'm just getting this economy established in the middle as well, because I'm going to need plenty of money for the things that I want to do.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
And yeah, I'm just clearing a bit of that ore so I can place that ore refinery down. And yeah, it looks quite... I've got loads of ore in that middle part of the map. You can see it's all joined together now, because no one's been really mining there. And we can see Cyan, there's a bit of movement there, but he seemed to just relax. And we can see there that Red has done a big attack on my power plant. So we're going to need to retaliate with air of our own, I think. So Red's going to be the one going down first. But if we can defeat him, that is. But you can see he's sending spy planes, he's sent a MiG after us. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up our helicopters. And we've got quite a good number of helicopters there. We'll be able to pick them up and take them to Red's base. And you can see there's loads of Tesla there. But we should be able to get in there, because there's not much air defence. I mean, he's got a bit of air defence around the outside. And we can see that Cyan has got an absolute shed load of tanks. So the question is Cyan going to attack us with those tanks? Are we safe? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're getting some of those extra naval yards placed. So when I place naval yards in that lake down in the bottom left, if I'm able to get there, that I'll be able to build cruisers a little bit faster. And I think it's about time that we start to make our move. So we're going to take these helicopters over. We're going to attack Red first. We're going to take out his construction yard, and then we're going to go for his war factory so he can't build any more MCVs. Because he does have a service depot, so he would be able to build MCVs after losing one. But yeah, you can see just a little bit of firing on us there. And his construction yard is down. Now we go for his war factories. So we've got one war factory down. And is he going to... We're going to get a second one down. And we do. And we're going to go for a barracks as well. And that is an absolute ton of damage to Red. And you can see we do lose a few helicopters in the process. But that means that Red can no longer build structures and can no longer build tanks. So that is a big blow for Red. And we can see that Cyan is coming up the map with an absolute huge force. I don't know if you've seen me attack Red and thought, okay, we'll join in. But that is an absolute huge force from Cyan. And I think it's a mistake, because Red is pretty much out of the game. And Cyan's going to lose a lot of tanks fighting Red in a head-on battle. But that's all good for us, because right now I'm trying to move my MCV, and I couldn't.
Yes, sir.
Because it was lagged. So not only is Cyan... So Cyan's done... That's amazing. Cyan's taken out Red, and at the same time lagged me out, so I can't use my chronosphere. So yeah, top player there, even if it wasn't intended. And you can just see the lag there, the game sort of catching up. And now that Cyan's got fewer, yeah, you can still see it stuttering a little bit. But now that as Cyan loses tanks, it'll start to run again more smoothly. But that's the problem with these, with this game, it's not very well optimised. So sometimes you do get stutters. And we're going to send some of our helicopters over, and we're going to try and take out his tech centre, which will lose, Cyan will then lose map vision, which will be very annoying. So we'll have to see if those helicopters get through, because Cyan does have some air defence, but we'll see how it goes. And that tech centre is down, so he's not going to be able to see the whole map now. He will have very limited visibility. It also looks like Red's going to be completely demolished, so we're going to have to see if Cyan is going to come after my base once he's finished with Red, because that would be the best strategy. My chronosphere is recharging though, so hopefully I am going to be able to go on the attack again. And it seems like red is going to be done, and that is official now. Red is gone, so that is good game for red, and now it's just me and Cyan.
Building.
And I'm just there, that chronosphere is almost ready to go, and you can see I've got the MCV ready there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transport it here. Now, because I destroyed the tech centre, Cyan might not even see that. Well, he will now because he's taken a ore truck right next to it and he's got tanks going right past it. But as you can see, I'm building loads of naval yards on that lake, and they're doing a lot of they're going to be doing a lot of damage to those medium tanks, and Cyan's going to realise very, very quickly what's going on. I'm just building a few more power plants just so we've got plenty of power, and you can see Cyan is in big trouble now. We've got those cruisers and they're just going to do so much damage, and you can see I'm just building new buildings here because I may as well get this base established out just outside Cyan and build a few turrets. And those cruisers so will be doing quite a bit of damage. And yeah. So, Cyan is going on the attack on the turrets. I don't think I have enough turrets there yet to take those out, but I do have cruisers. But those cruisers not only do a lot of damage to tanks, they will do damage to nearby buildings, which is gonna, they're gonna take out quite a bit there. But it's not looking good for Cyan at the moment. They've lost most of the tank numbers. They do have some tanks in the north of the map, but they don't seem to be wanting to use them, which is alright for us because I'm not going to complain. But I think it's let's look at it realistically. It is over for Cyan at the moment. Even if they sent all the tanks to my base, there'd be too much defence there. Maybe with the number of tanks they had earlier on, they might have been able to pierce my base and got some of the main buildings out of the way. But yeah, you can just see us decimating Cyan's base. I'm surprised they actually haven't quit yet. And you can just see those tank numbers are really now dwindling. And we're just gonna, yeah, you can see he's still building MCVs and things, but they were destroyed. And those MCVs are going down quite quick as well. So it's not like he's going to be able to take them and hide somewhere. Although I am playing as the allies, so I can see everywhere on the map. And Cyan is absolutely toasted. So that, I mean, this was actually quite a hard challenge. I found quite a few good players like to play this map. Like Nose was playing a couple of the matches, which made it hard to complete. But yeah, it seems we've managed to do it. It did take all 5 games, so there was 4 games before this. So yeah, it was touch and go whether I'd actually make it. And we've destroyed, and you can see almost all of his buildings are destroyed now. It is good game. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.